The quickest sports algorithm recap that you'll find. Saturday night, we're almost midnight, about 20 minutes away. Let's talk about a bunch of different sports. We're going to go from best to worst when it comes to the sports algorithms today. Maybe you watched some of the Final Four basketball games. Maybe you watched dominating Zach Edey take care. Yeah, take care of two DJs on North Carolina State and win that game. They did win. They won this game by 13 points. Connecticut also wins by 14 points. Purdue covers the spread, and also Connecticut covers the spread. So everybody just wins all around. And it will be that awesome matchup of Purdue and Connecticut in the final. Who's going to win? Algorithm says you can't find two teams that are closer together. Purdue's going to win 82-82. What? Yeah. This game is separated by 0.1% margin. It's anybody's game. You're going to see lines in this game that are going to be very close to minus 110 for both teams. You can see it's really going to be a close game. And I think there's going to be money on both sides because you have the defending champions in Connecticut playing against Superman himself and Zach Edey. So basketball goes according to plan. The big teams win. Speaking of basketball, let's talk about professional basketball next. NBA algorithm goes 3-1 today. However, these three teams that won were big favorites. And the one that lost, being Cleveland, they were more injured than the Lakers. And a lot of the Lakers players were game time decision players. And I think they actually played. So their health number is probably a little bit better. Did these guys play today? Somebody tell me. Did LeBron play today? Let's ask Google that question. Did LeBron James play today for the Lakers? His current injury status is issue with his left ankle. No, that was on March 26th. Oh, give me a box score. How many points did LeBron James score today? Just got to word these things right. 24? Yeah, he had 24 points. 25 points. No, that was all. Yeah, it looks like he had 24 points today. Is today April 6th? It is. Yeah, in a 116-97 win. So he played. So that's why they were healthier. So when you're looking at the health percentage in the algorithm, which is something I always tell you to look at and update the injury report, you'd see that the Lakers numbers would be better than 88%. They would have been in the 90s. And it shows you that in a game that's this close with a margin of 5%, a kind of a close game, the healthier team wins. And so even though the algorithm loses here, it doesn't really lose. It's telling you that the healthier team wins. I'm assuming those guys on Cleveland didn't play because when you look at the injury report for the Cavaliers, most of them were out here. That's what the 62% is. So even if that 120% player played in being Craig Porter, you had Dean Wade was out, Isaac Okoro was out, Ty Jerome was out, and there you go. The Lakers win. So the NBA algorithm, also kind of according to plan, does what it's supposed to do and wins most of the games and gives you a reason if it didn't win one of the games that it didn't win. So that's NBA. What's next? How about baseball? I made the private baseball video public at about 7 or 8 o'clock on the East Coast time. And I did something today where I ran the macro before the games to identify some teams that you should stay away from that were not on the master list of all the teams that you could play. This is one combination string we're looking at. And it said things like don't play Milwaukee because they weren't on the master list when you run the macro. It said don't play Cleveland. It said don't play somebody else. Thought there was another one that said don't play. We said don't play the Cubs because the Dodger pitcher only had a few innings pitched this season in his stats. So it actually did amazing. Boston is winning right now, 1-0. And even if you look at the games without the Boston game, you're still profitable, 28% ROI, 3 units. You're going 10-4 so far with the potential of going 11-4 today. And staying away from Milwaukee, that helps too. Although Cleveland wins down there as an underdog. So really great things coming out of the NBA and the MLB algorithm today. And even though MLB did not have a perfect day yesterday, this is a very good day today. Detroit really losing, the Sacramento Athletics apparently win a game finally, or their second game that they win this season. So baseball looking good, keeps rolling with combination 110, and we'll keep doing what we're doing with baseball. Now we get into bad news. Hockey. Bad news because the Caps are looking like they're not going to make the playoffs the way they're going. The poor Caps. But also going 2-7 on the algorithm today. Pittsburgh blows a 3-goal lead and then ends up winning anyway. 5-4. Florida barely loses to Boston and I'm sure what might end up being a rematch in the playoffs this year. Dallas loses to Chicago. Why? Do they even care at this stage of the season? They're already in. Winnipeg beats Minnesota. There we at least got the exact score. St. Louis, I think, lost to San Jose. Did I type that score in right? I think I did. St. Louis Blues versus San Jose Sharks score.
The Blues lost 3-2.
Yeah, they lost 3-2. At this point in the season, these teams are not the ones that are in or not in. Or I don't know if they're trying or not, but somehow San Jose wins. Philadelphia loses. They're trying to get into the playoffs, but they can't even beat Columbus and a guy named Jet in goalie. Jet Greaves beats them. Toronto beats Montreal 4-2. New Jersey beats Ottawa. Islanders, the Islanders really ruining the Caps day and beating Nashville 2-0. Some games are finishing up, so there's a chance, I guess, to win a couple more games today with Edmonton maybe beating Calgary. And actually a big fight going on between Vancouver and LA, because I think LA is fighting for a playoff spot as well. So we'll see how that game goes. But yeah, there's something worse than hockey, though. And it is MLS. I apologize to Drew. Drew bought the MLS algorithm, even though I kind of stopped working on it. But he bought it. He wanted it. And I told him, man, it's no good. And yeah, it's no good. It just doesn't work. And this is why I don't focus on this one anymore. My motto is a sport, the fewer the points that are scored in a sport, the tougher it is to predict. Soccer, very few goals. Hockey, not as many points as even a sport like baseball that has more runs on average per game than a hockey game does. And then, of course, basketball that has a tremendous amount of points, and football that's right in there in the middle, too. So the more points, the better. Not a lot of points in soccer. Goes 3-5 with 6 draws. There's just nothing good happening in the MLS algorithm. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm just not going to do soccer anymore. Just not doing it. So, there was nothing good on here at all. Inter Miami is supposed to win 3-1. What do? They tie 2-2. Like Charlotte was supposed to beat New England 2-1. They lose 1-0. Vancouver was supposed to win. They at least win by a lot. What about this? What about Austin and San Jose? It's supposed to be like a 1-1, 2-2 tie. It's 4-3 Austin. Nothing makes any sense. It's terrible. It's just awful. Here we go. Montreal is supposed to win 2-1. They're down 2-0 at the end of the first half. This game isn't even over. So I'm going to be honest with you. Sports you should buy: NBA, college basketball, baseball. Sports you should stay away from: hockey, soccer. WNBA will be starting soon. You won't want to stay away from that one. That one's going to have good things happening to it, just like NBA and college basketball. So that's the next one to start, I believe, next month. All right. So good luck, everybody. I hope your picks won today and you enjoyed some college basketball. We'll be watching the women's college basketball championship tomorrow. I don't have any predictions for that, but it's just something to watch. And then, of course, the big game on Monday between Zach Edey versus Connecticut. And I always root against Connecticut because I've been there. So, all right. Good luck, everyone. May all your picks be winning.